Hello everyone, welcome back and thanks for being here. Today I'm going to start a new series of video which is called as a WWH. WWH in another way we can say what, why and how. In this video I'm going to talk about the technicalities in filmmaking, like say for an example, if you want to know about some topic you should know the basics. So I should start with what and why it is required, that is why, and how we can do that, that is how. So that is all about WWH. Let's start the video without any delay. In this first video I'm going to talk about 4K because most of the people are want to do a 4K, but they should understand why they want to do it, how they want to do it, and what are the basic requirements. So let me start. What is 4K? As we know, 4K is a 4 times resolution than a HD, so it contains more details, more sharpness, and you can see the beautiful image, and it will create a wow factor in your content. We have started our video production in standard definition, which is 4:3 aspect ratio. We know that standard definition have the limited in the quality, but later on we have introduced HD, then it becomes a full HD. Now we are talking about 4K. But when you see this transition, if you watch it closely, the quality is keep increasing in the period of time. Quality is not just improved in the camera, also the viewing device, such as like your television, your projection monitors, or whatever, that your mobile phone even. When the displays are improved, so you don't have any other choice, so you have to improve your quality. So this transition have been taken in the evolution of video production. Number two, why is 4K? 4K, as I said before, 4K is not just 4 times the quality, is also the 4 times the data. If you're doing such a heavy work, if you want to question yourself, is that really required or not? It is a basic idea for any image production. Whenever you're shooting a photo or video, if you're shooting with a high resolution, you can down convert that to the lower resolution or lower quality kind of video. But whenever you're shooting a content in a lower resolution, it is not possible at all to upscale your quality. So this is the first criteria you have to keep in mind. Whenever you're shooting with a higher quality, you can downscale the quality to medium wherever that you're going to post your content. But whenever you're shooting with the downscale quality, you can't able to upscale when it comes to image production. So be clear where you're going to post that video. Are you going to archive that video, or it's going to be the long stand? So all these three questions before you have deciding to shoot 4K. Not only that, the visual medium, like visual panels, like mobile phones, tablet, laptop, televisions, or projection even, all these display products quality have been improved drastically. Like it keep improving their quality in day by day. Nowadays the people are talking about HDR monitors and IPS monitors and so and so and so. So when the display quality is keep improving, you don't have a choice, you have to improve your quality without any question. Another thing, why 4K is so important, like say for an example, if you are a wedding filmmaker, if you are trying to deliver a content to your couples, just imagine the couples nowadays are just posting their wedding video in a social media platform like Instagram, Facebook and YouTube kind of stuff. Those social media handles are already shift themselves to the 4K. So if you are not delivering the 4K content to them, just imagine after 1 or 2 years when 4K has become very popular, they can't able to upscale their quality, right? They still stuck with HD. So say for an example, if I am a YouTuber, if I want to create a content today, if I upload on 4K, it will be archiving. It was a future proof. Whenever the same content is required for any after 3 years, after 4 years also, I can use the same content for that current trend on whatever the topic that going to come up with. Very important is archiving your data, especially the image data that for your future. 4K is so important. Okay, now we have seen what and why we have to do that, and all these things are very normal. But very important is how to do that, because that is the important questions on everyone's mind. Because nowadays everyone investing on the cameras. In the current scenario, in the current trend, most of the cameras have the capability of shooting 4K. And not just that, if your camera having the 4K, it's not mean you're going to shoot a 4K. Certain things you have to do in your checklist. So these are things are available with you or not. If these things are not available with you, then there's no point to shoot a 4K. So let's see how to do the 4K. That when I say how, in another word I can say the basic requirement you have to keep in mind for the 4K. So 4K is not just buying the 4K camera and recording and edit and you have a 4K TV, boom. That's not that. You have to understand what are the basic criteria you have to look into when it comes to a 4K production. Say for an example, in the industry, in the current trend, any camera you take, it has a 4K capability. You can able to record a 4K. You have the camera, not just camera is going to do the 4K. You need the proper media. Then to the media, you need the proper codec. Then to the codec, you need the proper machine. Then to the proper machine, moving to the software. Then finally comes the display where you're going to watch. So these are the basic things you have to understand whether it is available with you or not. So these are the things how you can able to achieve it. Let's see one by one. Basic requirement for 4K, first come up with the camera. So the camera which you are using is really important because the camera decides the 4K factor, because nowadays every camera is having a 4K as I said, but the problem is you have to choose the right camera for your application. If you are a wedding filmer, if you are a short filmmaker or a documentary filmmaker, according to your work style you have to choose the camera. So basically 4K is not just 4K. Again I am saying there's a lot of back-end thing that you have to keep in mind. Whether if you are a filmmaker you need a 24 frames, whether you are a wedding or a continuous shooter who want to quick pan or tilt or something, high speed shooting or something, you want a more frame rate. So kindly look into that. The second thing, after selecting the camera, you have to select the right media for the 4K recording, because when it comes to 4K, it has to be the high speed recording media you have to use, because if you're using your old memory cards which it doesn't have the sufficient writing speed and reading speed in the media, so you have to choose the right media to record a 4K without any problem. When I say 4K is 4 times the data size really matters, because if I'm a YouTuber where I can't able to handle the larger file data, but at the same time I don't want to compromise on the quality, there are certain recording format which really helps to the certain workflow. For example, if I want to record these kind of videos, there is a codec called XAVCL is more than enough. If I want to be a filmmaker, I don't want to compromise any quality, so there's a XAVC-I is available. And I'm a wedding filmmaker, I can't handle XAVCL or XAVC-I. I want a lighter file even though I want a 4K, then we have a XAVCS. So likewise, you have to select the right format for the 4K recording. The next stop is editing table. Yes, the very important that you have to keep in mind, there is a minimum system requirements to play back the 4K file, which is really important, because whenever you're shooting a 4K with a memory card, with a recording format, everything is fine. When it comes to edit table, you need a smooth playback, then you can able to do the smooth editing, then only you can able to properly cut the file. So this is very important. Here I have mentioned the basic hardware requirements for the 4K edit workstation. Once the hardware part is done, then it comes to the software. In the current generation, most of the softwares are capable of doing a 4K editing without any problem. So no need to worry on the software part, because you take Adobe Premiere Pro, FCP, or DaVinci Resolve, or any normal software is also, third-party softwares also can able to do the 4K editing. So no need to worry about that. So that is done. Once these all factors have been done, finally come the final product. When you're delivering the file to your clients, then the client required a 4K monitors. That's it. These are the basic protocols that you have to look into it. I hope you have some basic ideas. What are the basic requirements required for 4K and why 4K is very important and what is 4K. In this WWH video, if you really liked it, please do share and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much. See you soon in the next video.